71 million people weekly. That's more than social media and digital combined. My friends at Radioactive Media know the recipe to launch, optimize, and scale performance by building compelling audio campaigns which work. I personally know the principles of Radioactive Media, their personal approach and knowledge of the medium, unparalleled. For advertisers who want to reach the right audience with the right hosts and programs, text the word profits to 511-511. Heck, you can even buy spots on my program. If you're a mid-sized company or well-funded startup with a monthly budget as low as 5 figures, they can help. Text the word profits to 511-511. Online, radioactivemedia.com. Text rates may apply.
This gourd will put your jack-o'-lantern to shame.
The last pumpkin turned out to be the biggest. 247 heavy enough to take first place at the World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off, but not break the world record, which winner Travis Ginger did last year with his over 2,700-pound gourd. I asked the Minnesota farmer how he gets his pumpkins so incredibly huge.
We take the biggest seeds from the biggest pumpkins worldwide and cross them.
The seeds from some of these award-winning pumpkins will sell for $30 to $40 a pop, in addition to the prize money of $9 per pound. Matt Bigler for CBS News, Half Moon Bay, California.
New evidence breakdancing can be harmful to your physical health. Neurosurgeons in Copenhagen say they removed an inch-wide cone-shaped tumor from the top of a man's head after he used his noggin for 2 decades of spinning upside down. Breakdancing has exploded in popularity around the world. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I wonder why.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression. Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today. Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Make yourself known now. 83701 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus. Weekdays at 2 on WSFA 12 News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Providers. 800-859-3220.
Good morning.
You will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220, 800-859-3220, or biglou.com.
Have you been injured at your workplace? Call me, Johnny Adams, Alabama's personal injury attorney. There's no fee until we win your case.
No representation made. The quality of legal services provided is greater than the quality of legal services provided by other lawyers.
Join Kevin Elkins for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast
on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Cool, crisp start to our Tuesday will give way to plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Winds will be out of the northwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows are down into the 40s with north winds. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all feature sunshine. Afternoon highs will be in the 60s and 70s for the end of the week, with overnight lows in the 40s. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident northbound on 85 just past the East Boulevard. Two cars on the left side, one in the median, one on the shoulder. So please use caution there. 85 northbound just past East Boulevard. Need to fast track to your goals. Trinity State's fall mini-term B class to start October 15th. Get the same great course in less time. Don't wait. Enroll now at trinitystate.edu. Today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning. I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. Opening statements in a capital murder trial should get underway later today. The victim, the Lowndes County Sheriff David John Williams. He was gunned down in Lowndes County 5 years ago while trying to clear out a crowd from a local gas station. The case was moved to Macon County to ensure the suspect William Chase Johnson's trial would be fair. New information on a high-speed chase that shut down part of the interstate last Friday. It turns out Koima Agard of Georgia was the center of a nationwide manhunt. She was wanted for shooting her ex-boyfriend near Houston, Texas, and aggravated assault against a police officer. She was arrested, is now in custody, and could be heading back to Texas. Hurricane relief help is coming from more than just the state and federal level. A nonprofit ministry from Chilton County is helping out in North Carolina, helping victims of Hurricane Helene. The church group called Team We Go is fixing homes and serving meals. That's your news on this Tuesday.
I am going to constantly have
Hear that sound? That's someone spreading an illness in your facility. Don't worry. Janny King, the king of clean, can help. For over 35 years, we've been cleaning and disinfecting office buildings, schools, churches, and even hospitals. Trust us to keep your employees safe, healthy, and at work this cold and flu season. To learn more about how our local cleaning experts can help you, visit JannyKingCleans.com. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
Rabies is a viral disease that can infect all mammals, including humans. This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dr. D. Jones. Protect yourself, your family, and your pet, not just by staying away from wild animals that often carry the virus, but also by getting your pets vaccinated. Raccoons and bats are the most common carriers of the rabies virus. Your first reaction may be to approach a strange acting or injured animal. But oftentimes people are bitten or scratched while trying to help these animals. The best approach may be to contact your local animal control officers. If you are bitten or scratched by an animal, you should seek medical attention immediately. Although rabies is 100% fatal, it is also 100% preventable.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Septic tanks are used for municipal sewage and maintenance is important. Failing septic tank systems can endanger your family, pollute the environment, and can be expensive to repair. You can prevent your system from failing by having your tank pumped every 3 to 5 years, keep a separate container for grease and dispose of it properly, use detergents low in phosphates, and spread laundry over several days as to not overload the system with too much water. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we have discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
While on your way to work tomorrow morning, join Kevin Elkins for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it. You need to reset. Where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem.
Alrighty then, time to go to work.
This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine if you can. It is one more day, one more, that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. I'd say that's a lot to be thankful for this Tuesday morning, don't you think so? No holiday today. It's time to go to work. Before we do all that, we got to get a word from on high. Something to change your perspective. I'll give you a new one. But either way, it's all good for the soul. It is time for our daily bread. It is October the 15th, 2024. Our daily bread today is entitled A Disciplined Life in God. The scripture insight today comes from 1 Corinthians 9, 24 through 27. But we'll start it out with 1 Corinthians 9 and 27, which reads, I discipline my body and keep it under control. And again, it is October the 15th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that once it is gone, it will never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and once it's over, you don't get a do-over, you don't get it back, you don't get to summon it from the past, you don't get to come back and undo all the things you do today, and you certainly don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and the mercy of God, we may, I am not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, do what you can, for whom you can, while you can, until you can't. Because somewhere along your life journey, someone has done that for you, giving you a hand up, giving you a helping hand, giving you part of their heart, a shoulder to lean on, a smile that changed your thoughts for the day, and love that you can never, ever replace. Do the same for somebody else today. It'll make you feel better. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, but you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never give up. Because quitters will never win, and winners, oh, they may fail at a thing or two, but they never give up. So don't you give up, because quitters will never win, and winners never quit. Good morning to you. And no matter what happens this day, remember, it's a great day. It is a stupendous day, a wonderful day to be alive. Good morning to you. A disciplined life in God, that is our daily bread for today, October the 15th, 2024. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. I'm Wynn Collier, and I wrote today's piece, A Disciplined Life in God. It was June 2016, during the official celebration of Queen Elizabeth's 90th birthday. From her carriage, the monarch waved to the crowds, passing in front of long lines of red-coated soldiers standing at perfect, unflinching attention. It was a warm day in England, and the guards were dressed in their traditional dark wool pants, wool jackets buttoned to the chin, and massive bear fur hats. As the soldiers stood in rigid rows under the sun, one guard began to faint. Remarkably, he maintained his strict control and simply fell forward, his body remaining straight as a board as he planted his face in the sandy gravel. There he lay, somehow still at attention. It took years of practice and discipline for this guard to learn such self-control. to hold his body in place even as he was falling unconscious. The Apostle Paul describes such training. I discipline my body and keep it under control, he wrote in 1 Corinthians 9:27. Paul recognized that everyone who competes goes into strict training. While God's grace, not our efforts, undergirds all we do, our spiritual life deserves rigorous discipline. As God helps us discipline our mind, heart, and body, we learn to keep our attention fixed on Him, even amid trials or distractions. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 24 to 27. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. Let's pray. Dear God, please teach us what it means to be disciplined in grace. We want to grow our love for you and keep our heart close to you. We thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Today's encouragement was provided by our Daily Bread Ministries.
All righty then, time for PT. You got slacked off yesterday because it was a holiday. Now it's time to go back to work. Come on now. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Get up about 2:45 and earn my pay. That's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Somebody get the sergeant major out there. Tell me he ain't retired yet. Come on now, let's get some of this. Tighten it up, make everybody smile. Get up, let's get to work. Let's go, 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 go. I'll be the NCYC today. Let's knock it on out the park. Play in the early morning rain. Hard work, I earn my pay. Come on, I do it for play. I do it for play. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. The mission is go, baby. It's go. Time to go. Time to go. Up, board personnel, stand up. That's okay. The ladies wouldn't know what that's all about anyway, so don't even worry about it. But now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America, whom without this nation wouldn't sleep as good at night as it does. So for every person, young, old, current, future, or past person that wore the uniform of this nation and went in harm's way, we salute you each and every morning. Because freedom is not free. Somebody has paid for it. And some gave all they had for it. So let's not take it for granted. Good morning to you. Time to rise and shine. The United States Navy. Hey, you get tired of hearing this? Well, one morning you might wake up, it may be the Chinese national anthem. You never can tell. So appreciate it. The United States Coast Guard. The United States Air Force. Good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. It's time to rise and shine. I know you guys don't get up this early most of the time, but, you know, can we make an exception today? You had yesterday off. Come on now. You were off while I worked. And last but certainly not least, the United States Marine Corps, whose motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines had a hard time pronouncing that. So we just cut it short to Semper Fi. Yeah, 2 syllables are better than 3. Anyway, good morning to you, Marines. Good morning, Jarheads. Hoorah! Whatever that means. I think that for people who don't speak English, I don't know what hoorah means. I know. In the Army, we say hoo-ah. We know what that means. Heard and understood. Okay, I'm just thinking. Now all the Marines are looking up. What does hoorah mean? Ask Willie what it means. Maybe he knows. He's first sergeant. And a couple more in town. Yeah, what does hoorah mean anyway? What does hoorah mean? I don't have a clue. But it sounds good when you're running. You know, it sounds good when you're running because it gives you motivation and you can look at the first and say, hoorah. But inside your mind, you say, you must be crazy. But you don't say that. You say, hoorah. Okay, I got it. I'm figured. I got all that figured out by now. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. It's 7:26 in the morning. So before we get involved in anything worth talking about this morning, yesterday we didn't have, well, at least I didn't get the Student of the Week competitors, but now I have them today. And I cannot believe we only have 2 people put in for the Student of the Week thing with Montgomery Advertiser. I cannot believe this. I mean, seriously? We got at least 25,000 kids in school, the public schools, and we got more than that if you add the private schools and so I mean I know everybody's not in the 9th to the 12th grade, but we got a lot of 9th graders out there. I just cannot believe that you guys don't have. I mean, this what we got. We got 2. Really? That's the best y'all can do. All these kids are here, but if we saw them running down the field with a touchdown, they'd make the first page in the sports section of the newspaper. I'm just saying. And you wonder why people don't. Why these kids are not so motivated sometimes, because only people who get some credit in these schools are the people who play football or basketball or stuff like that. I mean, this is something that acknowledges their hard work. You know, their parents can be proud. Everybody can be proud. Make the newspaper. 20 years from now, you'll look in the newspaper and you'll say, "Hey, yeah, that's me right there." I'm just saying, y'all got to do better than this, okay? Y'all got to. I mean, and listen, we appreciate the people that were put in Student of the Week, but we got to have more than 2 kids out there that are doing a good job, okay? I mean, we got to have more than 2. I'm sure we do. Anyway. It's time to vote for the Montgomery Advertiser Student of the Week, and educators have nominated 2 exceptions, just 2, because I guess the other school where nobody can read the newspaper in the rest of the school. I guess I don't know, but 2 exceptional area juniors are in competition for the award. Student of the Week honors the hard work that high school students across the river region put into their studies, their schools, and their greater community every day. And it aims to recognize as many, the word many means something, awesome high schoolers as possible. Every public and private school in the in the outer Montgomery area is eligible to nominate 1 student a week who exemplifies success in academics and community involvement. Nominees are revealed each Monday. So yesterday was a holiday, so we didn't get to it. And the readers can vote, okay, for free until noon Thursday. The winner will be revealed on this coming Friday. And here are the students who were honored by their schools with nomination for this week's poll. Our first person up this morning is Drake Arden from Success Unlimited Academy. Drake is a junior and honors student who is active in the fine arts program as a singer and an actor. He is a member of the Praise Team, H2O Christian Organization, Flag Team, the Success Unlimited Academy Singers, and the Drama Troupe. He is rehearsing Annie Jr. upcoming musical. Drake is also active in his church, Flatline Baptist. I believe that is Reverend Rembrandt's church, I believe. School leaders describe him as a talented young man with diverse interests, including mixed martial arts. I better not say the wrong thing here. He may be at my door. A teacher who nominated Drake said that he is always willing to help his teachers as well as his peers. Again, the first one selected, Drake Arden from Success Unlimited Academy. The next student is Gabriel Toles, Toles, of Pike Road High School. Gabriel is a junior who has thrived amid adversity and challenges. She has learned to channel her emotions into positive outlets and has channeled her energy into creating natural products. She also owns an e-commerce business. Despite her entrepreneurial endeavors, Gabriel has managed to maintain a 3.7 GPA, that grade point average. She also studies at AUM through dual enrollment as she pursues her goals in the business field. So our second nominee this week is Gabriel Toles. I hope somebody tells you they heard about you on the radio this morning. Appreciate you guys. So Drake Arden, Gabriel Toles. Gabriel Toles, of course, is from Pike Road High School, and Drake Arden is from Success Unlimited. I guess the rest of our schools around here don't have anybody, they think is an exceptional kid in their school. And all you got to do is be in the 9th grade to the 12th grade, and your teacher just got to put you in. Or you can email it to student of the week at montgomeryadvertiser.com. Okay, so there's no excuse for that. I ought to see at least 5, 6, 7, 8 people next week for this. Okay, y'all stop being lazy out there. Okay, because if they out robbing somebody, they can't. We hear about them in the newspaper, right? Yeah, but that's the wrong way to get to the newspaper. This is the right way to get your name in the paper. Okay, I'm just saying. Y'all can do better than this. But we do congratulate these two. Okay, at least somebody at Success Unlimited or Pike Road School heard about the program and they put somebody in for it. I appreciate that. Okay, I do. I really do, because I like reading about these kids. I mean, and some of the kids are exceptional kids. I like reading. Listen, I am a proponent of public school. I really am. I just want the environment sometimes, and it's gotten a little bit better. I just want the environment to be better, and I want us to challenge our kids, challenge them, because the world will challenge these kids when they get out of school and get the reality of real life. People will see you sitting on the corner with a sign and pass you by. Okay, they just not. But But I tell you when people won't pass you by. If they see you trying to do something for yourself, you're out there humping, you're doing whatever you have to do to make it, people will help you. Okay? But they won't help you if you're just sitting down there with a sign in your hand. I figure if you got all day long sitting there with a sign in your hand, you got too much energy. Now, if I see you laying on the ground with the sign on the ground, then I may help you out. But you just sit. If you can sit on this corner all day long with a sign, you got too much energy. You need to go look for a job. That's the way I see it. And if you don't have an ID, that line, Hope and Smart Ministries will help you get an ID. So there's no longer, I don't have an ID. I don't want to hear that crap anymore. Okay? We'll help you get an ID. Okay? As long as you really are, a citizen of the United States. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Hope that they find you well. So again, our congratulations to Drake Arden of Success Unlimited and Gabriel Toles of Pike Road High School. And hopefully by Thursday, by Friday, one of these people will be your student of the week of the Montgomery school system. Okay? Or the private school system, whichever one it is. All right, then, 7:35 in the morning. I got a lot of things to talk about this morning. Good morning, who's this? Okay, all right then. I understand. You got to take all kind of calls. You know what I'm saying? You got to you got to take all kind of calls. So anyway, okay. I don't know what school he said he went to. I think I heard what school it was, but I don't think I want to repeat it. Anyway, 860-1440 is our numbers here. Everybody's time to go to work. I got a lot of things to talk about tonight. Here's one. When the whole hurricane thing hit last week, and I think how many people said we lost? What about 45 or 65 people? No, 100 and some people we've lost in the last month or so from hurricane, from cars being flooded, to people drowning, to all kind of things. I mean, when I've been looking at this stuff, it reminds me of someplace overseas, but it's happening here. And of course, there are those that will say, well, it's climate change. Well, climate change is every 4 months, every 3 or 4 months around there. It always does. It's called winter, spring, summer, and fall. However, you can't put your house next to the ocean and don't expect it to. Every year, right during the season change, we have this kind of weather. Every year we have this. So I'm just going to tell people, look at the river, don't live on it. Okay, look at the ocean, don't live on it, because it will. Kind of like getting in the ocean and a shark bites you. Okay, let me say this one more time. When you jump in the ocean, all the shark sees is dinner. Okay, you see the shark, but when the shark sees you, he sees something he wants to eat. So let's not be surprised if you get in the ocean and there's sharks in it. That's where they live. They live in the ocean. Okay? Like, are you surprised if you see a whale in the ocean? Of course not. But the whale will be surprised if he sees you in the ocean. Okay? Then he'll see dinner, and the next thing you know, you'll be the late, great Kevin Elkins, because now you're dinner. Now you become part of the ecological system of the world. Now you're somebody else's dinner again. Okay? Somebody will put you in their garden, and then you will help grow vegetables. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if you go in the ocean and a shark bites you. Stay out the ocean, okay? At least for a while. Who this is. Good morning, who's this? Good morning. Well, well, don't be surprised if they steal from you. What's that? Yeah, I can understand what you're saying. No, but no, we do have to have money. We do have to have money, to run the government. We do. Um, although I don't know why we just don't print some more and then rather than get it from me, let the government spend a limited amount of money and we'll call it a day. Ain't that the truth? Oh well, that's. Mm. I I I did. I thought it was a guy, but it was a black woman. As a matter of fact, black woman shooting her brother, shooting her boyfriend in Texas. Well, okay, well, see, yeah, I did get that. Right. I thought that was. Honestly, I thought with a name like that, I thought it was a Spanish guy because I couldn't pronounce the name. I can't pronounce them Spanish names sometimes. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, you know. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Bolo, for those who are not as smart as you and I are, means be on the lookout. Okay, Bolo. That's what it means. All right, 10-4. You too. Appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, yeah. She was something else. Now she headed back to jail, going back to Texas. But listen. She was trying to get away. That's what you do when you're trying to get away. But there's no sense in trying to get away when the police are chasing you. They're gonna get you. I mean, there's no there they could not get you even if they wanted to because there's too many of them. We got radios, we got phones, we got cell phone. We can ping your cell phone, your number, know where you are. I mean, just stop and make sure you got some friends to get you out of jail to come pay your bond. Just stop. There's no sense. Keep moving. I mean, one time, the police were after me one time back in the day. No, I'm damn lying. No. I did. I never ran because I always knew that. Hey, listen, they're gonna get me anyway. So that those I would just stop. Now I've only been stopped for traffic. Okay. Not too many times, but a few times I've been stopped. I think I was done wrong. You know, I think I went to court. And the funny thing about traffic court, uh, if the odds of winning in traffic court uh, were the same as losing, then losers would win. I'll put it this way: you could go down to the casino out there, and if you could win as much as traffic court does when you go to court, yeah, you'd win all the time. But it's not that way. The odds of an individual winning in traffic court, okay, it's probably 200 to 1. Okay, out of every 200 cases, every once in a while, the judge will have pity on you and look at you and say, "Well, he can't. He ain't lying. He is. He's got to be telling the truth." Okay, but that doesn't happen too often. Okay, that doesn't happen too often. I've never won in traffic court. Never. I've been to traffic court less than 10 times in my whole life, but still, I probably about 5 times I went. I lost every time, and I don't know why that is, but I always do. Anyway, good morning to you. You remember a couple of days, a week or so ago, when and everybody was getting on Trump about, well, they were getting on Trump about uh, whether or not they were using the money, um, whether or not the Department of what's the name of that organization that deal with the money? Deal with the FEMA. Whether or not was using the money they had for immigrants. And whatever her name was, John Pierre, whatever her name was, said that's just an out lie. She said it's an out lie. And again, just goes to show you, Democrats will be lying and don't even know they are lying. Well, let's listen to what she said. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's listen to what she said then, and then what she said uh, 24 months ago about that same money. So this is Joan Pierre, and what she said on October the 4th, 2024, about what everybody was saying about the money that FEMA has. Now, this is what she said. Okay. Okay. Now, remember, now what did she say? Biden did not take the money. In this next clip, and this happened in September the 16th, 2022, when she specifically said that FEMA had money to disperse to immigrants. Here we go. Oh, to support humanitarian relief. Let's do it one more time. Okay. Okay. That's it. That just kills the case right there. They're using the money to help migrants. And again, now don't do it. Everybody wants to go to jail. But when you take money that belongs to the people, okay, to the people who actually put the money in it, and you take that money and use it for people who didn't put a dime in it, yeah, if I'm an American citizen, I'm pretty peeved too when I see my house going down the street on the back of somebody's truck, or my boat is on top of my house now and I need some help. Yeah, and my streets have been flooded. Yeah, I'm pretty ticked. And when we are putting people in hotels and all kind of things. So I'm pretty ticked about that too. It ain't red meat time, okay? And I got city council meeting. City council meeting coming up. I got that. I got all that going on. Let me see here. Good morning. Yeah. Well, I didn't speak about Trump. Yeah. 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 Okay. But my first love is Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. 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 Now you know that's hyperbole. It's hyperbole. It's hyperbole. It's hyperbole. Okay. Yeah. 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 Well, again, wait. We're talking about the same people that accused the former president of being a spy for Russia. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And domestic. Yes. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. we ain't gonna play that. We ain't gonna play that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen. Yeah. Yeah. They they misused that. They have insulted that man from the day he came down Trump Tower. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Wait a minute. So so well, okay. And you know that how because somebody said it. You know that how somebody said it, and you don't think they can lie. You don't think they can lie? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hear. But I gotta take a break right now because you're killing me here. You're killing me here. Yeah, you hurt my brain here. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back. First of all, listen, I'm not an apologist for Trump. Does Trump say crazy things sometimes? Yeah. And so does the other one. So, hey, but he at least has been president of the United States already. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, he actually asked. He actually asked if drinking bleach would, and then I found out later on that there's actually chlorine in some medications. So it wasn't a dumb question as it. Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Now, it's my understanding we've actually put some boots on the ground in Israel already. We put what 100 troops on there. Yeah. I mean, she just said no. Yeah, she just said no. Yeah, she did. Yeah, but she didn't know. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't at this point. I don't know if anybody can tell who's going to win because it is a difficult choice either way it goes. I don't know. Mhm. All right. And with that, we got to take a break now. We'll be back right after these messages. Go ahead. This is happening immediately. Little child should be underway today. Victim, 11 years old, David John Williams, run down a large number 5 years ago. Now, the local gas station make to ensure the suspect really new information on high school chase on part of the interstate last Friday. Turns out police in Georgia was the center of a nationwide manhunt. The result of the shooting of ex-boyfriend near Houston, Texas, which aggravated the assault against the police officer. The person is now in custody, could be heading back to Texas. Hurricane relief efforts coming from North State and Central America. A nonprofit ministry from Children's in North Carolina. News Radio 40, WIAM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also, News Audio. I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Breaking news from the Pentagon. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has just announced more than 800 military veterans kicked out of the service over their sexual will now receive honorable discharges. He was dishonorably echoed from the Navy for violating its no action time policy. She spoke with CBS's Rex Arad earlier this year. Do you change your sense of self? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Unless they honorable an honorable discharge unlocks access to benefits that some vets might have missed out on for decades, including health care benefits and VA loans.
A Walgreens near you may be closing soon. The chain is shutting down 1,200 locations in the U.S. over the next 3 years.
Walgreens hasn't released a list of the stores that will close. It operates about 8,500 stores in the U.S. and a few thousand overseas. Like its competitors, Walgreens has been affected for years by tight reimbursements for prescriptions, as well as costs to operate the store. It's lost $3 billion in the last quarter, and its stock has lost two-thirds of its value so far this year. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
The Middle East is bracing for Israel to retaliate against Iran after a missile attack on the Jewish state 2 weeks ago. The Washington Post says the Prime Minister has already decided he'll hit military targets and not nuclear or energy facilities. CBS's Rainy Inocencio from Tel Aviv.
The office of Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told CBS News that it listens to the opinions of the American administration, but that they will make their final decisions based on Israel's national interest.
New wave of lawsuits filed against Sean Combs for the first time. The music leader being sued by someone who alleges he was used as a minor. He was 16. Legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
It gives the prosecution more access to the possibility of having other witnesses who tell horrific stories.
The incidents that took place at everywhere from a department store stockroom to famous fight parties. Panda cite 2 giant pandas are taking up residence at the National Zoo in Washington today.
It's been about a year, and we've been very excited to have him back.
CBS's Nancy Cordes says they'll replace 3 others sent home last year.
The new pandas, Ali and Shao, are adolescents, 3 years old. And what we've seen so far, they are just as furry, fluffy, and roly-poly as their predecessors.
Dow futures are down 15. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Before you tour a home, the real estate professional you're working with may ask you to sign a buyer's agreement, which describes the services you'll receive, each party's role and responsibilities. Your agent will be compensated, all of which you'll want to discuss with them upfront. Members of the National Association of Realtors is a duty to honestly represent you and put your interests above theirs.
New hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology is finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of it was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Wouldn't be so problematic. And summiting Everest would be in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
An overseas company will help with shortages of IV fluids in the U.S.
The solution is made to rehydrate and produced at a plant in North Carolina. The languages of chlorine from the Food and Drug Administration to officially declare the national shortage and emergency. International has begun shipments of the central intravenous products to the U.S. under temporary FDA for its facilities in Canada, China, Ireland, and the UK. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
After she and her boyfriend was Kelsey were spotted at the Yankees game in New York. Taylor Swift has released a 256-page Eras Top 4 coffee table book. Has 500 images from her performances. Comes with an bonus Torture Codes Department anthology album on vinyl. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
USA. Get someone spreading rumors in your facility. Don't worry. For over 35 years, we've been cleaning and disinfecting office buildings, schools, churches, and even hospitals. Your very safe, healthy, work restorative places and temporary in our local community. You, clean dreams can become a clean dreams.
IRS. They tell you to be free, to be scared. DOA is here to tell you that if you owe the IRS, whether it's 5,000, 50,000, or 500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting here confidently or if you're or just don't lose hope. You eliminate reduce programs of accountability that can give you a passion is nothing individuals fix. And it helps with a better business bureau. The IRS and your tax by visiting us online at tra.com or call 800-575-27. 800-575-27. Tax relief benefits. Real solutions.
Solutions. What was the reaction? Investigate. Equals a 2.
Or drive EMD. You need to use for developing geographic or GA. GA can be interpreted well, there's something we can do to answer that is not just slow GA progression. Or used to treat GA. Don't take it with an infection or increased risk of wet AMD.
He's the voice of the conservative the Aaron Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 240.
Well, I'm back. I've been out cogitating. And let's move on from the old Trumpster and Kamalaism or whatever it is that you guys think of these people. I will say one thing, though. It does seem that this is not the greatest list of people ever run the United States. Now, but at least, now, I don't care what anybody says, at least there is one truism here that no the Democrats cannot deny this. Kamala Harris has never gotten one vote. Not to run for president. She didn't get one vote to run for president. And if you want to talk about, what happened with her is like they do in the banana country. They decide who's going to run within their own party, and the people were left out of this. Trump has at least gotten votes. Okay? So this woman has never gotten a vote of confidence from anybody. So I don't vote for Trump. I was going to put my own name on there for president. Because at least he has gotten to vote. He did go through the process. She has not been through the process. So I'm gonna say y'all want to vote for, but talk about a democracy in decline, and we don't really have a democracy. But we're supposed to have a representative government. And she was not picked by anybody to run for president of the United States, except the guy that's in there now. And I'm still thinking he don't really know who he picked. But anyway, so Trump deserves to get the vote because somebody didn't vote for him. Nobody voted for this woman. Nobody. So listen, if we're gonna talk about a threat to democracy, well, that's a big threat to democracy right there. But that's okay. If most people probably never even picked up the Constitution anyway, the book or anything like that, so that's okay. I'm good with that. But you never got one, and nobody, no one can say that's a lie. She has not gotten one vote to be the president of the United States who represented the president, not even one. Okay, except Joe Biden. But he didn't vote for her. He just picked her because she was VP and put her in there. So she didn't get one vote from the American people. Not one. So where's the threat to democracy coming from? Good morning. Good morning. You're doing fine. You talking about Kennedy? Can it be Kennedy? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Right, right. Yeah. That right there. As a matter of fact, what was that movie that came on with Harrison Ford? A clear and present danger. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, I think you're right. Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, we know technically they are, but the average Democrat doesn't really know much about the Constitution. They really don't. Yeah, they know about their feelings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nope. And they don't care. Hey, all right. Appreciate it. All right. 860-1440. Good morning at 8:15. Hello. Yes. I talk to him all the time. I talk to Democrats all the time. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So tell us what you think right now, since you have the airways. Yeah, but you can. Her name ought to be dragging around. She wasn't voted for by nobody. Nobody voted for her. I don't know, but nobody voted for her. Her own. Right. Is that okay? So let me ask you a question. Let's be quiet here. In order, I'm not. In order, according to the tradition of this country, you get picked to run for president. How? Okay, so she's an illegitimate candidate. They should have did a new election. They should have. And again, though, he did get some votes. But he got some votes. She never got one vote. That is a great question, and I hate but we don't know that. Okay. I again, I'm talking about the way listen, the way you want it to be and the way it is. As of right now, we got a candidate running for president who never got a vote. Never got a vote. Okay. And we'll have to call her an illegitimate president then. Yeah. I mean, she never got a vote. Okay. But I do think that I do think we need a constitutional amendment to deal with an issue like this. If the candidate that was voted for, there needs to be a process by which we pick somebody. All right, appreciate it. I do believe there needs to be a process to hand pick somebody who never got a vote, and Vance has never got a vote either. So if something happens to Trump, then Vance, I would assume, would do the same thing that the Democratic Party did and put him in. I think that whoever represents us ought to be voted for by the people, whether I like the people or not. Good morning. Yes. Who? What party is she from? Well, she must be. She's irrelevant because I mean, listen, anybody can run, I guess. They ran on different parties. They did not run on the Democrat or Republican Party. She didn't run. No, she got picked. She got picked. She didn't run. Yes. Listen, I'm talking to the person running for president right now. Under what party? I never even heard of her. Because the parties put their nominees up for votes. So did she get a vote? Did she get a vote in? No, they didn't vote for her. He picked her. They didn't vote for her, man. They just gave her a pass. They didn't vote. They didn't take a vote. Okay, is Cornel West running again? Okay. Again, though, that is not the way. That is well, I'm not a Republican, so I'm not a Republican. No, I'm not. Yeah, yeah. Well, again, then I would have called him. Then I would have called him illegitimate also. I don't think he ran as an independent. He ran as an independent. Oh, I don't know. Didn't matter. Didn't matter because he wasn't gonna get. The Democrats and Republicans have got this thing all sewed up where no other party really matters in this country. All right. Yeah. Listen. Well, answer me this question. Just answer me this question. Wait. Just answer this question. Okay. So, did the person running for president as a Democrat right now, did she get any votes for that position? No, she did not. Not one. Not from the American people. Not the party. Not the party. The American people. I don't. I never heard of Jill Stein. She's so irrelevant. It doesn't make no sense. I never heard of her till this morning. All I know is that all I know is that she's irrelevant. Jill Stein. Jill Stein is irrelevant. I never heard of her. Okay. Well, you can run your dog for president. You can run your dog for president. Okay. All right. I got to go. But again, the woman hasn't got one vote outside the party. Good morning. Morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he ran. But he ran as an independent. Right. But he did get votes from the American people. Mm. Who got 80 million votes? Biden got 80 million votes. She hadn't been along for the ride. She was on the ticket, and so therefore she benefited from the votes that Biden got. I'll give you that much. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think those polls are wrong. You're right, and we'll tell. And either way, listen. Either way it go, we're gonna be in trouble. So it doesn't make any difference. Either way it go. Yeah. Either way it go. And what I really find interesting about her, I thought she was a hell of a lot smarter than she is. She didn't. She what? When you got wait a minute, when the moderators are on her side, I wouldn't have voted. I wouldn't have went in there again for her either. The moderators are on her side. Okay. That man's been interviewing every day around this nation, getting talk to everybody. Anyway, appreciate it. This ain't Democrat hour. Gotta take let me take one more call. Good morning. Yes. Who's on the ballot? Oh, I don't know if he's on the ballot or not. It's irrelevant. He can't win. You got to get a certain amount of the people to right. Well, I guess they're they're not votes. Oh, I don't know. I don't think she got any. Mm. What did he say? Because I heard so many things. This no. Well, I don't know what they're going to do either. And with that, I got to take a break. 8:28 in the morning. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Lowe's. As we're recovering from Hurricane Helene, count on Lowe's to help with cleanup and repair. With necessities like roofing, lumber, and electrical in the quantities you need. Visit Lowe's in-store or online. Find out about relief efforts in your area or get emergency supplies now.
Plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Winds will be out of the northwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows are down into the 40s with north winds. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all feature sunshine. Afternoon highs will be in the 60s and 70s for the end of the week with overnight lows in the 40s. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. You keep listening, we'll keep you posted. Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. From a civil patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Listen to News Radio 1440 from the comfort of your car seat, the comfort of your desk chair, or the comfort of your recliner at home. We're everywhere, on the radio, online, and on your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440.
He's a former Secret Service agent, a former NYPD officer, and a New York Times bestseller.
Big show for you today. Got some highlights, some lowlights, and I'm going to give you the skinny.
Dan Bongino brings high energy and unique insights to the biggest issues of the day.
And I've always got receipts to back it up.
He's not afraid to tackle the toughest subjects and debunks the rhetoric.
I'm not here to be cute, man. I'm here to tell you the truth.
The Dan Bongino Show.
Trust your brother Dan. I'll never steer you wrong.
Wherever you listen.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. My mom is stronger than anyone I've ever known. Growing up when life got hard, her strength helped pull us through. Even after her heart failure diagnosis, she remained stronger than ever.
My family's support keeps me strong. Together, we're rising above heart failure.
Heart failure doesn't have to steal your strength. For simple steps you can take to help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
I love being a part of Action Team. It helps me help other people. It helps me feel good.
Being a part of the team always feels good. Go for it. Don't even hesitate.
For more than a decade, Major League Baseball players and action teams of high school students have been working together to train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
Just that simple act that takes 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
All-star Giancarlo Stanton and Chris Capuano join action team captains to make a difference in their communities, and you can too.
Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
If we all show up together, that's what it's all about. It's not just one person, it's a group, it's a team.
It's been incredibly rewarding for me. It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
For more information, go to actionteam.org.
I'm Ed Horrell, author of The Kindness Revolution. My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, I sent a text message letting them know how much we enjoyed being with them. That same day, we received a handwritten note, which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner, along with an article we had discussed. That note and that effort means a lot to me, and it should. The fact they had taken the time to write and deliver a heartfelt note sure made my little text message seem somewhat indifferent. In today's high-tech, low-touch world, how refreshing it is to get a thoughtful, handwritten note once in a while. Well, it's enough to inspire me. I'm ordering stationery and getting in the handwritten note business today, and I hope I can make someone's world a little kinder. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 4.
And good morning again. Hey, we got to see the council meeting today. I'll in the next hour I'll get to. Actually, I think I got a guest coming on. Actually, I think who I got coming on? Oh yeah, I think I got Sarah. Yeah, I got Sarah Hill coming on, who is actually the mayor of Tallahassee. Talk to her for a few minutes next hour. But until then, we'll talk to you guys. Oh, one more thing. If anything that I found out about Kamala Harris that irks me, one of the things is that when a court has to tell you to release people that you know are innocent, okay? Now, in California, as a prosecutor, she prosecuted some cases and found out later on she was wrong, and she would not allow these people, would not make a move to let these people out of jail. So a court had to tell her to do the right thing. Now, is that the person that you want in charge of our Constitution? One who has to have a court tell her to mandate that she do what she knew was right. I'm sorry, I can't go there. Good morning. Wait, you brought it up. You brought it up. So here's the deal. I'm gonna let you speak. If you are a public official, you have a responsibility to the Constitution of the United States and doing what's right. As a private citizen, you can say what the hell you want to say, do what you want to do, as long as it's legal. Now, go. I ain't worried. But she wasn't. But she was. But listen. My life won't change no matter. The only thing that can happen to, I'm not reaching. Yeah. Oh, we see what her plan is right now. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. Okay. Well, again, that don't bother me either. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. I didn't see it. I No, they may be biased against him. Yeah, they are. Okay. Again, I don't. I leave that. It's 30 days. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's 30 days before the election. She hasn't been seen hardly any interviews for the last year. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Okay. Whew. Good morning on there. Good. Yeah, yeah. She got no votes from the American people, which you and you're right, right. Because the presidential. I'm gonna tell. Oh, the party. Then okay, then I would tell you. Okay, all right. Then you have just proved my point that I've always been saying that I'm talking about the general populace. She did not. Okay, so what you so what you're doing is you're making my point. These wait a minute, these elections are not about the people of the United States. Then it is about these private parties because the people of the United States had no say in her running for president. Her party did. Yes, she needs to get the seal of the approval of the American people, the general populace. No, okay. No, no. Biden had to get. Wait a minute. Did not Biden get 14 million votes to be reelected president? Did he not get the votes? Exactly. That's what she's doing. Exactly. But she didn't get the votes of the general. She didn't get the votes. She got the votes of a private party. She got the votes of a private party, not the people. Then okay, but Biden still ran. Wait a minute. Biden was president, and he still had to get votes, and he still had to run the primary process. Biden was president. He still had to run. He still had to run. He still had to get votes of the people to get on the primary. Okay. She's been vice president, close to it. But she didn't get the vote for the public. She got her party's vote. So what you're telling me, Biden had to rerun for re-election and get votes of the people to remain as a candidate for the presidency, which is fine. She has not got one general vote. She's got not one general vote from the public. The primary votes, those were from the public and not the party. Okay, never mind. Okay, and he ran for the votes. He ran for the vote. She didn't. Yeah. Right. Do you believe that part of the Constitution says where you have a right to redress grievances for your government? That's constitutional. Nobody's been charged. Nobody's been charged with insurrection. Nobody has been charged with insurrection. Yes. Hmm. Mhm. Okay. Well, listen. Listen. If you wanna continue to say that he's imperfect, he's an imperfect being. So are we all. So okay. Listen, we all know that. That's public. That is public information that is given out to the public. Everybody knows that. Now, let me ask you a question, my friend. Let me ask you a question. Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Don't we? Okay. You do know, that until you get you wait a minute. You do know until you get sentenced. Wait a minute. Until you get sentenced, you are not a felon. Okay. Listen, I gotta run. I gotta run. You don't want to hear me. Until you get sentenced, you're not a felon. So that's where the legal system works. Good morning. Yes. Fine. Fine. Ooh, okay. Y'all just got to watch y'all's language out there. I know y'all be getting all upset and all, but hey, good morning. Yes, that's not what I'm trying to do. We do. Mm. Well, I really wish, I really wish, yeah, I really wish there was another, but everybody quit. I like Ramaswamy and DeSantis, hell, would made a hell of a president, but they all quit. So, yeah, we left with what we left with, her and him. So, Me too. Me too. Cause they, yeah, yeah. I don't know, brother. I don't know, but I love me. I like the guy Ramaswamy, and I love me some DeSantis. I just Ron DeSantis. Just and look at the way he's handling Florida right now. The thing they've been giving free gas away to help people, and he said that's what happens when you have a surplus. Free gas because these people are hurting. They don't have the money to do all kinds of things. So he's trying to help these folks out. I mean that's what government's supposed to do. When they need to anyway. Hey, appreciate it. Got to take a break. We'll be back. And we are back. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know, one of the most prevailing questions, though, of this whole election, the most important question of the whole election. Again, I think we got the second string either way it goes. But everybody on the first string quit. you know, either way it goes. But there is a question that the person who got the votes, the person who got the votes to be president of the United States, to run for president of the United States, is Mr. Biden. And the party decided, we don't like him, which is what I've been telling people for the last couple of years. These elections are not for you. These elections are for the members of the parties. They decide who goes on the ballot. All you can do is vote for who they give you. If you're going to call yourself a Democrat or a Republican, it doesn't make any difference because it's the same process. So the question is, the person who actually got the votes is not running, has quit. And well, actually, they've made him quit, to tell you the truth. Um, but he's still president of the United States of America. So they figured he was not competent enough to be president again, but he can stay president now. Now, there's a problem with that kind of logic. If he's not good enough to run, then why is he still the president? Why isn't the 25th Amendment being introduced? Just a question you got to ask each other. Good morning. Yeah. To January, right? To January, yeah. So, all right, yeah, yeah. Good. Because I'm right about this one. Coming up next hour, Sarah Hill, who is the mayor. We're going to talk to her for a few minutes. The mayor of Tallahassee, a little bitty town over there. She actually was appointed mayor after who was the mayor over there? Johnny Hammond stepped down after 6 years in office because he ran for a statewide office. I think he didn't make it. But we'll talk to her. See what's happening over there to our, where's Tallahassee at anyway? I've been through there a few times. It's either up 65 or up 85, one of them streets, or one of them highways. It's not a place that I go to a lot, because I don't remember what street it is, what highway you go to get there. I don't know. See, towns like that down south scare me. Okay, I try to stay out of. Like I know I was coming back from home from Indiana, and I saw a sign say Coleman. Now I had never heard. All I knew is that Governor Riley was from Coleman, and they said that was like sundown town. So if you're the brother, you don't need to be in there doing when the sun go down. So I just kept on going through. Now hopefully it's not really that way. Those were just cliches that people use of the past. I'm hoping, but I wasn't going to stick around to find out. So southern small towns still kind of make me hesitant to go to them. But I'm hoping that it's a whole lot better than it used to be. Okay. Anyway, don't forget we got a city council meeting tonight. Also, they're going to try to repeal the ID thing because Councilman Pruitt put forth a suggestion that if you walk around with a gun, you need to have ID. Now, everybody says, well, that's unconstitutional. But the Constitution of the United States, it has been alleged, or not alleged, it has been said that we have a right to travel. Well, if we have a right to travel, the same constitutional right to travel as we have a right to carry a gun, it would seem to me, then why do the police ask me for a driver's license when I put myself on? Why can't I just tell them who I am? It's in a car. So why can't I just tell them who I am? Why do I have to have ID? But in the state of Alabama, you can walk around with a loaded gun and you don't have a rifle and you don't have to identify yourself. What a crazy thing. You represent a clear and present danger to whoever you meet, and we're not supposed to know who you are. You know what? So my suggestion to Mr. Pruitt is that, okay, you can keep your gun, but you got to show me some ID for the ammunition that you have. Okay? Yeah, I want to know who you are because you bought this ammunition to go in there and let you keep. You can walk down the street with your gun all you want to, but if you have ammunition in it, ammunition to load in it, then I need to know who you are. Good morning. Who's this? Morning. And it changes, and it changes every year. Every year it changes. And it produces storms, it produces all manner of things. Well, it ain't a democracy, but I know, but it's not a democracy though. Okay, there you go. Constitutional republic. That doesn't make any difference. She ought to get a regular name. We'll be back. Then we wouldn't have no problem pronouncing her name.
News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news this Tuesday.
Ain't misogynist.
Statements in a capital murder trial could get underway later today. The victim, the Lawrence County Sheriff David John Williams, who was gunned down in Lawrence County 5 years ago while trying to clear out a crowd at a local gas station. Case was moved to Macon County to ensure the suspect William Chase Johnson's trial would be fair. New information on a high-speed chase that shut down part of the interstate last Friday. It turns out Karima Agard of Georgia was the center of a nationwide manhunt. She was wanted for shooting her ex-boyfriend near Houston, Texas, and aggravated assault against a police officer. She was arrested and is now in custody. She'll be heading back to Texas. Hurricane relief help is coming from more than just the state and federal level. A nonprofit ministry from Chilton County is helping out in North Carolina, helping victims of Hurricane Helene. Who's called Team We Go is fixing homes and serving meals. That's your news. News Tuesday.
Live AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Newport, the Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin at the Pentagon, where officials announced this morning hundreds of military veterans discharged over their sexual orientation had their status changed.
In a statement, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said in almost 97% of the 851 cases that officials have reviewed, discharges were upgraded or the reasons for separation from the military were changed. He says that means of the nearly 13,500 troops who were forced out of uniform under the law, about 96% now have an honorable discharge. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
An honorable discharge will give them access to benefits that some vets may have missed out on for decades, like health care benefits and VA loans. Officials say federal disaster workers are back on the job helping people in North Carolina after receiving threats that they could be targeted by an armed militia. And there is lots of work to be done.
I'm Jim Crisula, North Carolina. 18 days after Hurricane Helene caused catastrophic flooding across the southern Appalachian Mountains, it remains unclear how many people are still unaccounted for. Multiple agencies have been working to try and come up with a definitive number. Authorities in East Tennessee say at least 4 people remain missing in that.
The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office says a 44-year-old man with a gun was arrested Saturday. The presidential candidates are moving on from stops in battleground Pennsylvania. Here's CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns.
Trump is heading to Georgia today, where early voting begins, and Kamala is campaigning in Michigan, continuing her battleground state tour of those blue states this week.
Pandemonium's broken out in Washington, D.C. over a couple of cuddly bears. WTOP's Neil Augenstein is awaiting their arrival at Dulles Airport.
It'll be several weeks before to visit the pandas in public, since they have to be quarantined and given some time to get acclimated to their new home. But with all the news coverage and the new cameras added to the panda cam at the zoo, we bet there will be plenty of panda content later today.
Flying over from China. New research finds about 1 in 4 U.S. adults suspect they have undiagnosed ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, but they haven't shared it with their doctors. Mental health experts worry self-diagnosis can lead to the wrong treatment. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
First line, we generally recommend a combination of CBTs, the cognitive behavioral therapy, plus the medication. So those are medications like Adderall, Vyvanse, Ritalin, Concerta. Those are stimulants.
The Dow is down 255 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal, literally. It's one of the largest financial transactions you're likely to make. So work with someone who will work with your best interests in mind. Someone who agrees to operate with transparency, honesty, and fairness every step of the way. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and are bound by a strict code of ethics that requires they put your interests above their own. Because that's who we are. Make sure your agent is a realtor.
When you're hiring, there's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as recruiting? Problems wouldn't be so problematic. And some of the levers would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A Massachusetts town has sent a cease and desist letter to a property owner who projected a big political message on the side of a public structure.
The state of 2024 on the big water tower in Hanson, Massachusetts got a lot of attention.
For it to be a town tower, water tower, anything, either one is wrong. Look at how Southern line. I mean, you can say and do what you want.
But the town is moving to stop it for now shining spotlights on it to make the projected image hard to see. If the involved has not been publicly identified, a fine of $100 a day has been issued. Steve Clayton, CBS News.
Not anywhere. Trader Joe's, Publix, and you could be affected by a giant meat recall. Almost 10 million pounds from producer Bruce Pack may be contaminated with listeria. No reports of illnesses. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Is your gut? The immune system is based in the gut. It's not a natural nutrient. It's different. The immune system. There is a solution.
And good morning, and good morning again. No, I went to a call for you here, I just talked to her about what's going on over there, and I one of these days, all this will come into if Montgomery gets a cold, they're gonna get me money. So you better make sure Montgomery is always, you support my brother in any way you can, because we are taking a lot of this whole Central Alabama. I just want to and so y'all gotta look out for community page and stuff like that, to the city, so we can continue to thrive. 860-1440 is the number if you want to give us a call, but we'll give us a call right now because I am waiting for the call from you for that policy. So, and we're also going to talk about the city council meeting tonight. I got the agenda right here. Some of the things they're going to talk about. But this thing about ID, you can walk down the street with a loaded gun and nobody can ask you for your ID. But they can stop you on the highway and ask you for they can ask you for a driver's license. But anyway, we can't ask you for an ID if you're walking down the street with a gun. But I'm pretty sure that Mayor Sharon Field from the metropolis of Tallahassee, Alabama, has some thoughts about that. Good morning, Mayor. How you doing? No doubt you've never heard of me at all. Oh, in that case, then we good. Good morning to you, there. I try to get a talk. At least I'm trying at least once a year to have a talk with the surrounding mayors and see what's going on. I did a little research on you, which is weird because I normally just go. I normally just go off the cuff, but you were appointed that to that job because Mr. Hammond, I think was his name, down because he was running for a statewide job, I presume, and he didn't make it. Then he decided that he didn't want to come back to it. Is that about? Yeah. Okay. So how many? You've been down a couple of years in here down there, haven't you? City council. Right. What's the population of Tallahassee nowadays? Okay. That's what I call a small city. Yeah. Now, and we appreciate. Now, I've been through there a couple of times. I remember if I was in the right city, you had a big old a lot of industry up there, doesn't it? Some big factories up there. Okay. Well, I assume you got your own school system. Okay. You got my school too because I don't know anything bad about you. That's all. That means you're doing something good. What's this is Alabama, so I have to ask the question. What is the racial makeup of Alabama? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That sounds pretty equal to me. Yeah. That's good. That's good. So, why should I want to move to Tallahassee? Why should I want to leave my great metropolis of Alabama, or I'm coming in from Ohio, or I'm coming in from where I'm coming from, where it's too cold to live? Why should why should I consider that? Yeah, and there's something to be said about knowing who you live with. There's a lot of advantage to that. Let's talk about crime. Do you have a problem with that, or is it pretty? Mhm. Okay. How many bullets do you have? Right, 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 right. Okay. Well, I just, again, like I said, we like to get, we're trying to any military bases or any military organization up by community or anything like that? Okay. Okay. I mean, it sounds like a fine little town. That if you want to get away, if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of a Birmingham or Atlanta. I mean, I'm more of a, I kind of like the quietness of trees. I don't want to live too far from the highway though, but I kind of like that kind of environment. I would imagine real estate's not too there. If you get a decent house worth, I mean, $150,000 into a decent house up there. Yeah, I guess you got fishing up there since you're next to Lake Martin and all that. So I guess you can fish up there, right? Okay. Well, that's good. We just again, I just like to check in with the local mayors around here and see what's going on. Any eye-opening businesses coming your way that you can tell us about, or just in case I want to come to a policy and work. Any shows that maybe coming that you should know about? Well, it seems like you guys got it together up there. You got a school system, a city school system, which means that you don't have to put up with the college stuff that you normally have to put up with, that you have no control over. You have to do in this school. Crime seems to be under control. The police department, I mean, this city is doing pretty good up there. Yeah. Mayor, it's good to next time I come down the highway down towards your way, I'll stop in and say hello to you, and you guys keep up the good work down there, and if you're ever in town, come on up to the studio here. We'll let the folks after you. I'm nice to you the first time because I don't let the people go after you. In talk radio, criticism is our underhood. We don't like somebody wants to Jesus walking on the water and somebody in the boat said, "I can boat it up." So we always complain no matter what goes on. But Sarah Hill is the mayor of Allison, that great metropolis, which is to the east, west, north, and south. I'm not sure where it is. I know it's up 85. I know that. Nothing. Well, thank you very much. I thank you very much. And you plan on running for re-election? Okay, I get it. Well, thank you very much for taking our invitation just to talk to us for a few minutes. See what's going on up there. Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. All right, 9:19 in the month for our Christmas calls and get to that city council today. Good morning on there. Yeah, yeah. In the general public, no, she did not. Not one. You're probably, and it is a, well, right. They're party rules. They are private party rules. Well, I don't know. I don't know. If the rules are in place or not. Okay. See, that's a difference, though. That's a difference. That's a difference. Yes, it is. If you die in office, the vice president already. Okay, right. And when you die, wait, when you die, you automatically, constitutionally, the vice president takes the reins. That makes sense. But the president didn't die. The president didn't die. He was pushed down. He didn't step down. He was pushed down. Oh, yeah, he did. Appreciate it. Good morning. Yes. Mm. Sure, I know what large burn is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Well, Howard Stern has been a character. You're right, and she sat down with him, so I don't want to hear this crap. You disrespecting her. You need to disrespecting her. Listen, he goes places where disrespect is part of the process. Yeah, 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 yeah. She did. That's okay. She just looking for vote. Let me take one. Come on in. I got you. Didn't I just talk to you last hour? Didn't I just talk to you last hour? Come on there. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, appreciate it. Let's take a break. We'll come back, look at what's on the city council agenda when we come back, see what's happening over there this afternoon if you want to. And also, you can also reach the city council on YouTube. The meetings on YouTube. And as far, I think you can go to the MontgomeryAlabama.gov or somewhere like that, and you can find them. Okay, but I know you can, and they got a Facebook page too, I think. Anyway, somebody can tell me where that is, and we'll put that out there. We'll be back. Okay, I got to take two more calls. Then I got to go through the agenda for the city council tonight. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, absolutely. I only lived in one of them, South Bend. So I don't remember any. Yeah, yeah. They were. Well, now I got to tell you, Indiana has an issue. Absolutely, absolutely. But I guess it was just heightened. The publicity South was more than the publicity because there were things that happened in Indiana when it came to race at the same. Yeah. So Indiana. Yeah, I understand, right? Because there was this thing that I mean, Chicago, and Lord have mercy, Chicago. The South is just a place that everybody knows about it. Yeah, just too many. It's always too many. Yeah, pretty much. Uh, yeah, invalidation of voters is what it is. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we have some in Indiana too. Okay. Well, I wouldn't know because when the sun is down, I make sure I'm doing it. Appreciate it. Let's take one more. Good morning. But I think I think she's marketing herself though as Kamala, and not her. I mean not I don't know this girl. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, Kamala. I think that's her. Anyway, to the council meeting tonight, which starts I think around 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. The 3 o'clock starts the whatever they call that, the pre-meeting. The meeting where they satisfy everything, and then you get to share with the meeting the decisions are already made at 5 o'clock. Anyway, 30-day review of Sherwood Apartments at 4921 Haddon Avenue. Reconsideration of Resolution 123-2024, application for a towing company licensed by the Anthony Rose doing business as D&D Towing and Recovery, 23 West Trenton. Ordinance regulating parking on residential property, and that is sponsored by Council Rally. Ordinance regulating parking on commercial vehicles on residential property, option 2, by Rally. Ordinance amending section 3.9 of the Code of Ordinances, hours of sale of alcoholic beverages. Okay, that's I think that's old business. They're gonna relook at that, I guess. New business ordinance repealing ordinance number 40-2024, gun ID requirements, sponsored by Council Pruitt. Pruitt, I would not repeal it. Okay, let's take it to court. Okay, if they have a right to ask me for my ID when I'm driving my car, they won't let me. They'll not let me. And I got a right to travel as well as I have a right, according to the historians, I have a right to travel just as I have a right to bear arms. So it seems to me that why if I have to carry an ID in my car to drive, my driver's license to drive, then it would seem to me it is a reasonable thing to ask people who walk down the street with a loaded gun to identify themselves. It would seem to me, okay, that that's a reasonable thing to want to know who are you. What if you are going to shoot somebody? What if you're going to your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend's house and you just got tired of it and now you're going to pop her one time? Are you telling me that we don't have a right to know who you are walking down the street with a loaded gun? No, I think we do. I think we do. So don't be a wimp, Pruitt. Stick to your guns. Make them take you to court. Because if I say that if you don't have to show me an ID when I walk down the street with a gun, then I certainly don't have to show you an ID when I'm in my car. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. Anybody disagree? 860-1440 is the number. An ordinance consenting to disposal of certain real property by the water works and sanitary boards. Okay. Resolution encouraging all supporting municipalities to adopt a resolution encouraging Alabama legislature to adopt legislation supporting the photo identification for concealed carry. Yeah, I'm all for that. Resolution authorizing the mayor to make application to the Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance. What for? I don't know. For a 2024 Justice Assistance Grant, JAG grant of $48,494 to be split between MPD and the sheriff. Why we need all these grants when they get all this money from us? Application for a towing company by Christopher Thorne, doing business as Clutch Roadside and Auto, with no physical location. Well, I guess the location is where he happens to be at. Application for a retail license off premise by 1026 Boulevard Incorporation, doing business at Southwest Chevron at 1030 West South Boulevard. Application for alternative transportation service by Barbara Lucas, doing business as Lucas Transportation at 65 Grace Chapel Trail in Pike Road, Alabama. A resolution reappointing Carol King of Montgomery to the Historic Preservation Commission by Councilor Grimes. Resolution reappointing Ron Simmons to the Board of Trustees at the Montgomery City County Public Library, and that's sent in by Councilor Beard. I need to be on another board. I want a board that's going to do something, no, not just sit there. Resolution appointing Cynthia Stewart to the Museum Board by Councilor Riley. Yeah, I don't want to be on that one either. Natalie Wright. Resolution reappointing Alicia Jackson to the Community Action Committee by Councilor Calhoun. Now, that's the one I like to be on. Resolution reappointing Mary Wilder to the Joint Public Charity Hospital Board, whatever they do, right on. And that's sponsored by Councilor Calhoun. Resolution reappointing Mary A. Green McIntyre to the Joint Public Charity Hospital Board, and that's by Councilor Calhoun. Resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing immediate abatement and assessing the cost of abatement to public nuisances on various lots pursuant to Chapter 12 of the Code of Ordinances. And that is the council as a committee. Public communications of non-agenda items to address the council during this time. The city clerk must have been contacted prior to noon Monday. Yesterday was a holiday, so hopefully you can call down there, Ms. Blaylock. Maybe she can tell you, if you can sign up today. I don't really know. Okay. So anyway, so that's what's going on at City Council today. And you need to be down at 3 o'clock. But by the time you get there at 5 o'clock, you already made the decision. So you might want to be there at the work session. I mean, the 5 o'clock meeting just to solidify what they already decided. So so the meeting is at the meeting before the meeting. Okay, I'm just saying. 860-1440. The number here is 940 in the morning. What else? Oh, now I got a piece of news the other day. Somebody said, why do we need a resolution to ask for a grant? Say, shouldn't the money already be in our budget? I don't know, $331 million budget, that pretty much should take care of everything. You would think. Okay. Now, somebody said law enforcement has a right to ask you for to identify yourself right now. Well, evidently not. Evidently not. The law enforcement does not have the right to ask you for ID. I mean, evidently they don't. And that's one of the reasons why, I don't get this. But they can stop me and ask me for a driver's license. That's ID. They want to know who I am driving this car. But if you're walking down the street with a MAC-10, I've been told by the sheriff department, I've been told by, you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna call the attorney general's office because I just cannot believe, that you can walk down the streets of Alabama and nobody can ask you for ID unless, if you're carrying a gun, to me, that's suspicion. That is, I can reasonably articulate my reason for stopping you because most people don't walk down the street with a loaded rifle. A gun on your side in a holster, okay. I still don't like that either, but I can understand that. But a rifle, a long rifle, and you're walking down the street with it, that to me is articulable as a suspicion. Okay, I don't know where you're going. You could be going to kill 10 people. Okay, I don't know where you're going. I'm just telling you, I think they're wrong on this. But let's just say they stick with this. Well, I think you need ID to buy ammunition. I can't stop you from carrying your gun, but we don't have to sell you the ammunition until we know who you are. Pruitt, let's put that one up there. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Oh, well, again, I don't have any problem with bearing arms, but a long rifle walking down the street loaded, oh, that's an issue. That's an issue. All you got to do is pick it up, point it, and shoot at anybody. I understand. I understand, but at least you got a little closer to me so to shoot me with a gun. And I personally think you know what, it ought not be loaded. I think you ought to pay for that. You ought to have an ID to buy the ammunition for it. That's not affecting your right to have a gun. There's nothing in the Constitution that says that the gun has to be loaded. Okay, nothing, not a thing. It just said you have a right to bear arms. It didn't say you had a right for bullets. Good morning. Yes. A couple of weeks ago, this guy walked down the street with a MAC-10 over there in Southern Boulevard. What color? What's that got to do with anything? It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to color. It was a black man walking down the street with a MAC-10. I knew you were gonna go there. Do you think I'd want to see a white guy walking down the street with a MAC-10? Really? Who's shooting each other on the street? Wait a minute. Who is shooting every day in this country? Wait. But who's doing all? No. In America today, there's too much black on black crime. Well, I'm not either, but there's too much black on black crime in our streets. There is, but it is more in our neighborhoods than any other neighborhood. You're one of the lucky ones. Yeah. This has got nothing. Why? Well, let me ask you a question. Wait, let me ask you a question. Give me a reason. Because what you're coming up with, give me the reason why a man would need to walk down the street with a MAC-10 loaded. Him too. Him too. I haven't seen a white guy walking down the street with a rifle. I can understand having it in your truck. I can understand having it in your truck. Because used to be years ago, we walked around with rifles in our truck, no big deal. We got crazier since then. Well, black folks ought to stop shooting. Then too many black folks ought to stop shooting each other then. But this has got nothing to do with color. I think it is, you ought to be able to articulate a reasonable suspicion of a man walking down the street with a loaded rifle. You ought to be able to ask that question. Now, if it's loaded, you need an ID. Okay, yeah. If it's loaded, you don't need an ID to walk around with an unloaded gun. I mean, it's unloaded. But if it's loaded, oh yeah, we need to know who you are real quickly. That's the way I see it. I will not change my mind, and I hope Spirit don't walk like a wet paper bag and give in. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, fight for it, man. Fight for it. They got a right for the gun, but they don't have the right for the ammunition. Really not.
Now, try Dynavite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dynavite.com/radio. Hit me with the other bites for the lemons.
If you or a loved one is suffering from mental health issues, our integrated behavioral health, UBH's highly skilled team of trained psychiatrists and therapists can help you through the most difficult times of your life. IVH is now open at 1040 Longford Court in Montgomery and accepting new patients. Don't let the stress of mental health issues drag you down. Call 855-422-1618. Integrated behavioral health. You can help. Call 855-422-1618. New customers online who feel like coming up their tail in the dark. Let Cumulus Boost helps kickstart your business. Boost your website. Boost your findability. Boost your reputation. Boost your business. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Contact us today at cumulusboost.com. Anxiety meds every evening. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe you're using many to diabetes, you're looking for a payment diabetes, overweight, providers have thousands of people like you who can take you with their medication. To buy a million of a pill for you, all you need to do is call Big Blue. 8,033. You want to make sure the scales are shifted to your favor. 800-849-4220. Big Blue will look at your car and work to put you into a permanent quality that you can afford. Remember, Big Blue is like you. He's a 859-4220. 800-859-4220 or bigblue.com.
You hear that sound? That's someone spreading an illness in your facility. Don't worry. Janny King, the king of clean, can help. For over 35 years, we've been cleaning and disinfecting schools, churches, and even hospitals. Keep your employees safe, easy, and at work before the flu season. To learn more about how our local cleaning experts can help you, visit JannyKingCleans.com. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Reinvesting in stores that impact making entire change every day.
Take a look at real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 2 on WSFA 12
We don't
News.
put in fake people.
Join Kevin Elkins for Decisions. News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Alrighty then, we are back. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna see if I can find this young man. But this guy who wants to Montgomery High School Montgomery High Schooler wants to lead the initiative to remove the Confederate symbols on the city's flag. I really would hope that he would find more to do. I'd find he had more to do than worry about this. But I'm gonna try to get him. Booker T. Washington High School senior Jeremiah Trace, I think it's Treacy, Treece, has lived in Montgomery all of his life. I like to talk to him because I think this is a colossal waste of time. But I'm gonna go over there and see if I can get an interview with him. Come up here and talk to me one of these days. Drop what school he go to? Where's Booker T. Washington School at anyway? Where's it? Is that downtown? I'm gonna have to go over and leave a card for that. Cause I'm gonna bring him up here and give him some logic and reasoning. If you can tell me, Jeremiah, now just tell me how this is going to change the life for the better of anybody in Montgomery if we take off the history. You can't change history. It was what it was. The best we can do is change the future. But you can't change it. I mean, it was what it was. Okay. But if anybody know him, tell him I want him on the air. Good morning. Yes. Why would you want to walk down the street with a loaded gun? Mm. Well, don't walk down the street with a gun. Yeah, but don't walk down the street with a gun. Don't do it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they were. Well, I have, yeah, and I have many times, okay, I hear you, but I have many times mentioned that the South was not the only place where people went through racial issues. In Indiana, it did. Matter of fact, we had a town where the whites used to hang out and take picnic and watch black people swing. So, yeah, it's not, that's why I'm just saying sometimes we can't do anything about that past, but it happened all over America back in the day. So the South, people down here think the only place anything bad ever happened. But it isn't. Good morning. I hear you, bro. And it just seemed like to me, though, this gun thing is getting outrageous. The other day, all across America, now we got 4 and 5 people, 12, 13 people shot at parties. This gun thing is getting out of order. I guarantee you that the framers of the Constitution of the United States of America never thought in a million years that as Americans, we would shoot each other down in the streets the way we do. They are probably, if they're up in heaven, wherever they are, they're probably saying, what in the world did we do? What in the world did we do? Did we not make it so? And I disagree with some of the legal illegal opinions that the First Amendment is for individuals. I don't agree with that. I think you individual, if you're part of the militia, but back in the day, from 16 to 60, if you were 16 years old up to 60 years old, you could be called out to fight. Okay, therefore you needed a gun. But other than that, I'm sorry, I do not believe that the Second Amendment goes to everybody just so as individual. It does say a well-regulated militia. Okay, so I don't know. I think you ought to have the right to have one in your home, though, rifle, gun, whatever you want, to protect your family. There's no problem with that. But to walk down the street with a gun, a rifle, a long gun, and tell me that I cannot ask who you are, has got to be the dumbest interpretation of common sense and logic and reason and law I have ever heard. Okay, have ever heard. You could be headed somewhere to kill 20 people, and we just let you walk down the street. Okay then. Alrighty then. Well, that's our show for the day. Make sure the council meeting, but the city council meeting, you might want to get down there about 3:30 or so, because by the time you get down there at 5, the decision have already been made. Are you doing it at 5 o'clock? Is hearing them. I'm just saying. Anyway, so we'll get out, and if anybody knows this young man named Jeremiah Slate, Preece. I'd like to talk to him on the air about this thing about the flag. Anyway, have a great day.
Opening statements in a capital murder trial should be underway today. The victim, the Lowndes County Sheriff Big John Williams. He was gunned down in Lowndes County 5 years ago while trying to clear out a crowd from a local gas station. The case was moved to Macon County to ensure the suspect William Chase Johnson's trial would be fair. New information on a high-speed chase that shut down part of the interstate last Friday. It turns out Koima Agard of Georgia was the center of a nationwide manhunt. She was wanted for shooting her ex-boyfriend.